Greetings, my name is Michael Kulma, Senior Director for Global Programs and Resource Development at NAFSA. For this, the 17th year of the NAFSA Senator Paul Simon Award for Campus Internationalization, we are pleased to present interviews with presidents from this year's award-winning institutions. We hope that these interviews will inspire other institutions in their efforts and that they will think to apply for the Simon Award in the future. Thank you.
Well, I think international in education is so important today because just the nature of the world we live in. Internationalization and globalization is definitely a feature of the 21st century, and it's upon us as educators to, in fact, train and educate and prepare our students for that complex world. I think there's several areas to think about here. On the international education front. First, I really do believe we're preparing students, for personal growth. And there's several areas in there. It's acquiring and gaining an international and global confidence and to be able to work out there in the world. It's the ability to live out there and work with others in other countries and cultures and cross boundaries and cross geographical borders and languages and religions and all that sort of thing. And so that part of the education is very important, and that really comes out loud and clear, I think, in some of our work that we do on the liberal arts and we call our Global Miami Plan at Miami University, where we train our students with transdisciplinary breadth. And then the other side of the house, there's no doubt that we have to train them for professional growth in career. And I always like to use this example because we heard it one time at a career center on campus, but they said the student that we will hire, the graduate, will probably invent something in the US, and then it may be designed in India, then off to Malaysia for it to be manufactured, then in China to sell it. And when you think about that global context of that company and what they have to do and what their employees have to do to be successful, they just crossed all the different countries, geographical boundaries, religious affiliations, and so forth. And so I think for us as a university to prepare that way is going to be very important for our students in the future. And then on the research side of the house at the university, we definitely are doing much more transdisciplinary research. And when you think about that, it involves problems that are so big in our world today and enduring questions that no single one discipline can solve. So bringing together that interdisciplinary and international expertise to solve them, I think is very important to learn for our students. In terms of lessons learned on the international front, I think we've learned several ourselves as a university as we kind of grew. First and foremost, I think when we were thinking through how to do internationalization, we had a separate department and a separate unit and so forth. And in doing so, it was great for that time. It was fantastic. But as we thought about it and as we move forward in the future, we really wanted to do something more inclusive. So much like we do inclusive excellence, when we sort of bring together diversity and academic excellence for inclusive excellence, we really are thinking about international in terms of that inclusive excellence, that it's not a single goal or it's not a single department, and now it's part of everyone's goal and everyone's department. So one lesson learned is to really sort of engage it that way and have everybody think about international in part of every one of their goals and their plans or their strategic plans and so forth. In terms of working with others, I really do think it's important to take the time. Some of these arrangements and partnerships can take a lot of time to work out, and it's very important to actually build that relationship with those partners. And I think third is make sure you have a great mission fit, alignment, make sure your core values are aligned in so many ways before you start these partnerships, because that becomes so important down the road. So I guess those are the three most important lessons that we've learned at Miami. Well, winning the Simon Award, first and foremost, we're just delighted, and we're very honored to be able to win the Simon Award for And so for us, it really validates what we're trying to do on the international front. And it's been fantastic for all of our colleagues at Miami, our faculty and staff and students who put so much effort into our work on the international front. So we're really delighted that it truly validates what we're doing. I think secondly, it really elevates the visibility of the university in terms of our purpose. We're an Ohio public state institution, but we really want to have that global mindset. And so it's really elevating that global mindset that we strive so hard to train with our students. And then I think finally, it shows our progress to date. We've been working at it for a long time, and then towards these goals of international education and global education and so forth. And so it's just fantastic to see that this award honoring the university and all the work that's been taking place by our colleagues and faculty being rewarded in this way. So we couldn't be more delighted.